Hey folks, welcome to another DevStream VOD archive. Before getting into it, I wanted to call out that the game is now playable. There's a link in the description, so please check it out and let me know what you think. And please consider liking this video and leaving a comment, because it really helps with the algorithm. Thanks.
Okay, I think we're good here. Um, should reduce the width of this so I can zoom in some more. Um, so last time, we tried to do the boss intros where the idea is just like a slightly more cinematic start to the boss fights, make them feel more impactful. Also has the added benefit of we can maybe put some text in there, like just survive for the rat boss. That makes how to hurt them a bit clearer. We might even be able to like draw an overlay that's like, oh, this area is dangerous, hit him here type thing to just like make it really obvious, because that is one of the pieces of feedback, not as common as the other ones like performance and stuff that we originally got, but it was a recurring piece of feedback that it's like I don't have a good understanding of what hurts me versus what I can hit, what I can't hit, stuff like that. Um, so yeah, we tried to do that, but it was just too big of a task basically. To really make any nice headway. It was too big and too undefined, I think. We also found some bugs specifically in how I'm handling virtual cameras with regards to the Cinemachine um, plugin that made progress difficult. Uh, so I think this week gonna head back to basics. Just try and do like a relatively short dev session here where we just find and fix a few small bugs that are very well scoped that we're pretty confident we can fix in a reasonable amount of time. Um, so yeah, I gotta be honest with you, internet, because basically the primary purpose of my streaming is just having the regular habit of making progress on this stuff, and also just accountability that I have to like talk about what I did and didn't do every week. Big distraction coming in the new WoW expansion, which I opened up to me yesterday. So we're exercising our discipline here by doing a dev day regardless. Um, we're gonna get some stuff done. Uh, but that might be, if I'm being completely honest, that might reduce the rate of offline work that I get done in the next, just probably for the next few weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, when like all the big exciting release stuff is happening. Then it'll just like fade to the level of like any other video game. Like I've been playing StarCraft this whole time. I love co-op in StarCraft to get those like commanders with OP units and powers and stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm just rambling a bit. But the point is, we're here. We're gonna find some bugs. We're gonna fix them. We're gonna make forward progress on our stuff. Okay. So first, just gonna start with some playtesting. Playtesting. Ideally we'd like to have automated tests eventually replace playtesting for the most part, but that'll never be complete. Um, we're always going to need some playtesting. And also, just some of the automated testing has revealed bugs in like core movement stuff, um, or just led to me making some changes that haven't really been as thoroughly tested as everything else, because I haven't been doing manual testing as a part of streaming. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you'll do like maybe 1 in 3 streams or 1 in 4 streams, like once a month or once every 2 weeks or something like that, back to the manual testing, looking for bugs. Just, uh, you know, because if I'm doing these targeted fixes of like specific systems or mechanics, it's possible they have unintended consequences. And while things might look good from the local context of just looking at that thing, um, it is possible there's unintended consequences in other places. And sure, one day it would be great to have a full and robust suite of automated tests that would detect that immediately, but we're still building up our automated test library. And, part of building it up is finding these manual bugs, or finding these bugs manually, and then asking ourselves the question, how could we have detected this automatically, and then going to write that test. Hopefully that all makes sense. Yeah, just get into, probably look for like 20, 30 minutes of playthroughs here. Just try and beat it once or twice, play through all the content, see if we find any problems. Oh, I guess I should start in the tutorial. That's not right. What's going on here? Okay, so I think that's probably related to some dash changes. Let's add it to our list. Let's add it. Because we already have a dash trail shot bubble thing. So let's also add dash trail on start till first dash. I like that chicken spin. That enemy death feedback stuff definitely, Ooh, no bonk there? No bonk there. Why are we not bonking? Did we forget to add the tag, perhaps? Bitball. I think this needs to be on enemy health instead of world trigger. So yeah, it's like little bugs like this. This is exactly what I'm talking about, where I have like 3 copies of this test bitball on various layers, and then I, find and deal with some bugs related to that. But when I didn't remember to like propagate them back to the actual in-game real version of the bitball. Ooh, why are we not? I had 2 instances there where I felt like I should have been grounded but wasn't. And I'm definitely, oh good, we got our dash bonk back. But I'm definitely feeling like acceleration is sluggish. That's a known issue. Also wondering, some looks like on the edges, like here, the one-way platform is not registering a collision and giving us grounded. So let's take a look at that. Seems like it should. Interesting. I think that would be the root of our problem. It maybe has to do with angles.
Yeah, you can see at this angle, it's just not hitting. It's so frustrating though, cause it's hitting enough to prevent my falling through it. One-way platforms at angles. I guess angled one-way platforms aren't properly triggering new grounded check, especially true near edges where impact of angle is most significant. Messes exacerbates problem where you expect jump reset but didn't actually get it because you didn't trigger grounded. I don't know if that's going to be fixed today. Maybe. But I'm just going to add it as a note for now, because it might be slightly more complicated. Also, this isn't triggering grounded. Oh, I forgot, yeah. World platforms need dash newly need dash bonk tag to properly trigger bonk. So it's good, we're finding stuff, And this is that class of stuff I was talking about where I made like little changes to get some more consistency in like a very strict controlled test situation. But I either didn't apply those changes back to the main stuff, or I didn't anticipate like some differences. Like the example of angled platforms would be a good example here, where I don't have a test for that. Which I should also add a note here. Add test for add angled platforms to test. Alright, we did the tutorial. Let's start the main game. Options, put the graphics up, because why not? Still getting that weird dash trail bug. Alright. So we've learned like a weaker I'm not. This one-way leaf code seems wrong as well. They're supposed to lose their glow. One-way leaf platforms not losing glow when player no longer on them. But yeah, like I was saying, we know. Ooh, that grounded thing hurts bad. But we know that the winning strategy at this point in like everything being designed is to completely ignore the bits. But just giving ourselves like a little mini game quest here. Just try and actually get as many bits as we can. Uh-oh. Oops. And that's why that's suboptimal. It's okay, we'll go again, We're finding problems left and right, it's a good thing. Overalls. Not sure if that was a problem. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that's the thing where I expected to get my jump reset but didn't. That definitely really hurts gameplay feel. We should not disallow pause during ending screen. Just gonna collect bits, we're not gonna spend them, and see how high we can get, ideally with a win. Oh. Just farming these boys. Ugh. Give me my grounded back. I wish there were a way to check whether or not... Basically, I just need more consistency out of my platform effectors 2D. You know, I hailed that as an example of, oh, don't reinvent the wheel. You know, if Unity is already implemented one-way platforms, why you like have your own one-way platform code? And I guess I don't know. The benefit seems to be to me that I don't know, if it's your own code, you can kind of understand why things are or aren't happening a lot better. Whereas in this case, where the platform effector, like, can pass my, can pass itself being activated, but it can't pass my grounded check. Or like before these changes, the opposite problem was true. Where we were considered to be grounded, so it took us out of the jump, but we weren't considered to be like activating the platform, so we fell through. These spiders are too little. Maybe. I remember I considered making them bigger, but it led to some weirdness or problem somehow. Ooh. Don't forget about time stuff. Ugh. I dashed right into that. I was afraid of him shooting again. We definitely gotta make this grounded check more generous. Could heal in the shop, but
Oh my god. Oh, that time the grounded check 100% killed me. Alright, we got 271 in level Woods 1. Let's see if we can do a little bit better on the second try here. I 100%. If we don't get to it today, which we might not just because, like, grounded stuff can be kind of finicky. This will be my #1 priority to fix offline this week. That's the biggest thing I've run into, though. I haven't seen too many other problems, so that's good. It's actually, the one problem we do have is like very effective, affects gameplay a lot, negatively, but it is fewer problems than I expected as a whole. Oh, that was dumb. I deserve that. I will do one more money run to see if we can beat 271. Ooh, I think that was a wrong direction dash. I'm not as 100% sure. And then if our money run doesn't win, we'll do one more run where we ignore the money or just use like whatever money we passively get to make sure we get to the end. That was just greed. Oh, never got my jump back. 203, that's looking pretty good compared to 271. Still got 7 lives left. And we got the other boss. I could get out of there in time. Oh, why didn't I double jump? I had it ready to go. I was like setting up the perfect double jump there. You bait this? Kinda. I think he's got one more jump left in him. We're out of here. Alright, 271 is the score to beat here. Oh, greedy, but it paid off. Alright, 280. Making progress. Alright, I'm not going to completely ignore coins, but I am going to be kind of safe. See if we can just... Oh, that was the damage block. Rat saved me. Which again needs a sound and probably a visual. That would be a pretty good stream topic one of these times. Almost got killed by grounded there. Rat saved me again. Oh my god. Grounded. It's brutal. I'm not making that dangerous jump until I can stop time. Again, we want to wait till we can stop time, I think. The mosquito clump is too deadly. Ah, I didn't see that wasp there. 300 though, that's a nice solid number. Alright, we'll do one more playthrough, focusing on... We're going to actually use our money in the shop, heal ourselves up, like actually try to win, instead of just actually try to get the most amount of money. And unfortunately, in the current design, which is something I do want to fix, like you should get the easy bit balls, and you should get the big coins. Oh my, even getting a big coin there do me. But the winning strategy really is to just ignore the money and focus on living. Get these chickens. Oh, interesting. It thinks I'm in... It actually thinks you're in dash mode fully. Hop in here. Anything good? Not really. Which is a problem. That's another thing on the O.3 to-do list is like, it definitely shouldn't be the case that like the average time I go into the shop I don't care about anything in there. It's, you know, not every item can be a complete winner, but it seems like in the current state there are only a few items that are like exciting enough to actually buy. Alright, I believe I took 2 hits on this last time. Let's see if we can do better. No, just thinking out loud, the grounded problem might be as simple as giving these one-way platform colliders a little bit of fatness to them. Because they're just a line right now, and I believe they're using overlap collider. I still don't have like an actual, like good... Oh, perfect. 1 hit. Oh, 2 hits. So close to perfect. I shouldn't have said perfect. Yeah, I was saying I'm using overlap collider. So making the collider bigger, in theory, should smooth out some of these edge cases where it's at an angle and it's not actually overlapping. But I don't know how that might affect the effector logic. And again, that's just like one of the... It's true that you don't want to reinvent wheels that work well, but if they have some problems, maybe it is like if the wheel breaks 5% of the time, maybe it is worth making your own wheel that you like understand and can fix. Because there's nothing I can do about this. All I can do is go in like the Unity Discord, go in the Unity forums, maybe file a bug. Absolutely nothing I can do to fix this. I mean, maybe I can crack open the effector code and try and figure it out. I have no idea if that's a reasonable thing to do. But it's something, like if I'm like fully understanding how it works so that I can fix it, like we've lost all the benefits of not reinventing the wheel. This grounded check is brutal. Alright, made it to the end. 3 lives might not be enough to win with, but we'll try. Ah, I forgot they come up from the bottom at the end. Alright, we only have to get him one more time here. Two more times. Alright, I count that as a win. Sure, we didn't see the win screen, but we killed the last boss there is to kill. It kind of counts. It's enough for testing. Alright, and we will quit there. And yeah, that's enough playtesting. We didn't find too many problems, but we found some pretty big problems. That's good. Give me just a minute or two here. I just gotta pee. I've been chugging tea lately. Alright. So, on to bugs. Let's switch over to our testing level for these first very simple bugs. Oh yeah, cool. We got a dash repro and everything here. Okay, so why is that? Let's look to version control for an answer. Well, first question is what this floor is considered to be the world, okay? So, let's take a look at our version control at this dash stuff. Because we might just be able to... Alright, nothing obvious there. I was wondering if there would be changes to player dash specifically. Doesn't seem like there are. It might be related to the player's body. I don't know. Let's just take a look at our player properties here when this is happening in the debug inspector. Dash allowed, yes. How about grounded? Do you think you're grounded? Yes. Okay, so you're grounded and you don't think you're in the dash. So that's interesting. That rules out two of the obvious answers. Let's look where this trail is actually coming from, which I think is just the dash. I forgot to pre-open Visual Studio. Only took a second, that's nice. Okay, it's none of this. Let's open up the player graphics maybe? Player outline manager perhaps? No. None of these things seem right. Well, let's pause. And then I think these are actual like little mini objects. Where we lost the player? I guess they're not. I thought they were prefabs. Oh yeah, here they are. Player ghost. Okay. Now where do you come from, player ghost? We can now search for player ghost. Aha, found it in player animation. So let's see the call stack here where the ghost is spawned. Do 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 do. No, because it never works while you attach while it's still playing. So we'll just give it a clean. Okay, now we'll reattach. And re-enter the game. No? Unity, you okay? Unresponsive? That's okay. I'll give you a breather, Unity. You respond whenever you feel like you're ready. Anything, Unity? No? Oh. Oh, it was broken somewhere. That was my bad. See, I was giving Unity shit. It was me. Ghost timer greater than ghost frequency. How is 0 greater than 0.8? And why do you think you're in a dash to begin with? You broken somewhere else? Okay. Is this enabled? Yes. You know what? I think this could be really as simple as I was testing stuff with the dash collider, so I enabled it so I could see it, and I forgot to disable it. Let's see. Did this not get apply? Okay, yeah, there. Our trail is gone. Back to what we expect. Cool. And then let's just run these dash tests to be sure nothing we just did breaks anything unexpectedly. Okay, dash test still pass. So yeah, I think that really was just a matter of what's the word? Just enabling that collider and forgetting to disable it. Let's head back into our game and make sure there's nothing weird as a result of that. So our dash still work. Yup. Everything looks good on that front. All right, let's take a look at the other dash bug here. Dash trail related bug. And that's when we enter like a shop or side area. Our dash trail keeps going. So that's just something that's checking for time pause that shouldn't be. Alright, so let's stop there. Go back over to our player animation. Are we earlying out? What's happening? No. We're still in our dash, I guess. Yeah. Why is that? When does the dash end? It's because it's using a delayed action here. That's listening to the world pause. But we don't want that. I think we rework this so you just like actually say what kind of pause you want, which might already be an enum. It is. So yeah, let's just plumb that code because it's probably gonna break a bunch of stuff. Actually, you know what we can do? We can set a default parameter that defaults to world pause. So that anything that was using world pause before can continue to use world pause without any changes, and anything that was passing true for the enemy pause will also continue, or will break, and will like draw our attention to it so we can go fix that. And then we can also, in the case of our dash here, have it listen to only system pause. Okay, so delayed action. We switch this Boolean to pause manager, pause state. Listen state is world by default. So we listen to the world as our default parameter. And then we say the listen state is listen state. And then if listen state is enemy, else if it's world, and then else we'll assert is true, listen state is system. We don't want unpaused. I don't know what that would mean. But yeah, so we'll just assert that it actually is system, and then we say on system pause, on pause. Okay. And then here in our destructor, we just kind of copy this same thing, but with minus equals to unsubscribe to all these events. Okay. We gotta set this up. Pause manager, pause state, listen state equals world. And same deal here. Okay. Now, anywhere we told it to listen to enemy pause is going to break. So let's go through and fix all those. Ooh. Oh, this is so annoying. I don't want to change this because it's serialized, so it'll mess some stuff up. So I think all we have for now, if this needs system, we'll need to fix colors. For now, just patch previous behavior through without worrying about serialized properties. Because if I change this property from a Boolean to like a pause state, that's gonna like invalidate anywhere where any object that has this serialized. So we can just transform the bool here, since we don't need system in this case as far as we're aware. Okay, that's the first one. This one we can just straight up pass enemy pause. How about this one? Same deal. Center clipboard. Same deal. Okay. And then for our dash, where we have these delayed actions, we set them to listen to system pause only, which is only when you like hit escape. And if I understand correctly, that should fix that dash trail bug. Let's jump up to a shop and find out. It has. Eureka. While still, if I pause the game in the middle of a dash, it properly finishes the dash. Okay. Cool. So our dash trail bugs are fixed. Okay. Next bucket here. Our deceleration based on velocity direction. So I can go over to show what I mean by this. Go to test simple. So there's like two competing ideas here, where one is I felt like if you wanted, I like there being just that little split second of, oh, I've switched directions. I don't get going in the opposite direction right away. Um, but at the same time, in doing that, basically all you have to do to make that happen, right, is decrease the acceleration. Because then you have less acceleration working in the opposite direction. So the velocity that you had previously built up um, gets to, another frame or two to shine to make it feel more like you actually switch direction. But the downside is just like blanket uh, reducing acceleration like that um, leads to like moving from rest and building up speed to feel more sluggish than it did before. So I think the solution here is we just have two different accelerations based on whether or not your velocity direction matches the direction of your acceleration. So let's open up player controller. Let's quit out. Here. So we'll have accelerate same dir or opposite dir should be like roughly what it is, and we can even like make the effect more pronounced. Um, Part of the reason we couldn't make, or like in my first round of number tweaking, I didn't make the effect as pronounced is because like this makes normal movement feel sluggish. So then we have accelerate same dir can be like 7, like way bigger. And then what we do is we say bool b same dir is equal to dir.x, or I guess math.f sine of dir.x being equal to rigid body dot velocity dot x, the sine. And then, and we should also, I guess, say like if our velocity is below something, that doesn't count either. If the absolute value of our velocity is below .1, or yeah, because either from rest or in the same direction, we want to use the faster accelerate. And if we're moving, we'll then further check b same dir, and in which case we'll use same dir, else we'll use opposite dir. And if we're not moving, we'll use the deceleration rate. Okay. So we still have that slide, but we get right back to it, and it feels a lot better from rest. I think we're good here. We can maybe just do another, like a quick round of number tweaking where like you can maybe even push this further so you feel more of the effect. The 7.5 is probably good enough to keep. And I think we also had some problems with our deceleration test that was like assuming this behavior. Was failing sometimes just from like little changes in like timer length and stuff. But now, since we can have this noticeable acceleration penalty in this change direction case, we should have consistent passing of this test, which does seem to be the case. We're 4 out of 5 here. And 5 out of 5. So yeah, I think we've added some consistency to this test as well. Should also probably just double check our acceleration test, see if that still works. Yeah. Oh. Sometimes things are nice and easy. Okay, active item cooldown fixes. So this isn't something we ran into in our playtest really, but I can show it. This is bad that I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is some of the work I did offline. Uh, I can just take a detour to talk about this. Um, all right, so like, what was the problem last week? We had a nebulous task that was made up of too many parts that we didn't know exactly what the parts were, and we were figuring out as if we were going along, and there were some undocumented bugs, like casting a shadow of uncertainty on the whole thing. Um, so, well, I decided, all right, what's a good thing to do? Let's break down all the tasks we want into small, manageable bites. And let's also have a master list of all the bugs we find. We can actually cross some of these off. This different acceleration from rest for switch direction we just did. I don't think we got anything else. Or didn't we do the dash trail? Yeah, dash trail visual mess up. Fixed. But yeah, I was just like looking down the list of like a bucket of similar. We can do these two active item cooldown ones. Where I guess I'll explain the problem. Um, to have more powerful items, they need a longer cooldown. But where the current way it's set up is your cooldown starts at 0 and you have to wait the entire duration at the beginning of every level, which feels kind of like dumb and unfair for items with longer cooldown. It doesn't hit as much with the pocket watch with this low cooldown, but if I want to like juice up the effectiveness of some of these items, that's naturally going to come with a requirement that their cooldown be increased. And uh, if we have a lot of items with long cooldowns, we want this like between level cooldown to be properly restricted. So let's go to main and just jump through and just double check that our understanding of the issue as it stands is correct for this. We can also check our... Maybe that's too much. I might need to... I am going to give... We'll go to split the difference there. It's a little too slippy. Alright, so we had a full cooldown, and I feel like it will reset to 0. That is what happened. Right, and that's to be expected. That's just confirming our current understanding of this bug. So we're going to go to active item, cool manager, and then we also will need persistent state data. We'll add a new field here. Player active item cooldown. Because if we're dealing with the active item index somewhere, yeah, we're already here in the active item manager. So you're saying we can just piggyback off this existing check. Because this is like confirming there's data to care about. But we also have to write it. Where's the writing happening? Here. So let's get the active item manager. then we also now want to save the cooldown. Cooldown? Looks like we don't have a helper for that yet. Let's add one. Can you not? Oh, we don't even want get cooldown. We want get cooldown timer. And then I guess also set cooldown timer. Okay. Get cooldown. Not get cooldown. Get cooldown timer. Where we return like this. Turning that as a float. Okay, and then we save it here. And then we need to go to our active item manager to restore it. Where we'll say, we'll use the same idea from here. Okay, I think that's all we need. Let's try it out. So we're not going to use the stopwatch. We're going to get to the end of the level. Oh, hey, Tice. Yeah. I'm keeping the discipline. I probably will put in a few more WoW leveling hours tonight in a little bit, but I was not gonna let myself do nothing. I wanted to get some bug fixes in. Where right now, to facilitate longer item cooldowns for items that do more powerful things, we're making sure that the item cooldown is properly maintained between levels. So before, when I beat this level, it would have reset to 0. Now, if that fix we did just worked, it should stay available. It did not. Why is that? Only one way to figure out. Debug. I think basically just probably in, okay, yeah, in start, it's just putting it on cooldown. So it's possible this start is happening after we set the timer. Maybe we just like add a flag here. That would be the easiest way to check for it. Just bool cooldown set externally. Set externally is true, and then we don't do this initialization If the cooldown wasn't set externally, then set it to the default. Otherwise, set it to the default. Let's try that. Get out of my way, chickens. Okay, did that fix it? We'll find out. I hope so. It did. And can we actually stop time right away? Yes. And does it restore its cooldown like you would expect? Yeah, it looks like it's just ticking up back as normal, but we'll wait until it's available again and use it one more time. Yep, and it actually stops time and everything. Great. Okay, next up, we're going to do one more active item cooldown bug, and then I'll probably call it early there, just because I still got to eat some dinner, and then, you know, I'm a human man who is not perfect, so I also want to play WoW. So we did the first fix, which is persist between levels. And this next fix is persist, or I'll just say shop interaction. Where the problem here is, and I'm just gonna give myself $100 to be like default. Where's our boy here? Player B. Exit prefab mode, sure. Oh, we gotta exit the game. Player body, player money. Start with 101. 110 is fine. Where we're gonna upgrade our stopwatch. I think it also happens if you switch items. But basically, the shop stuff associated with freezing the cooldown doesn't work properly. Or I guess I have to get it on cooldown. Okay, it's on cooldown. Okay, I can see the UI now. And then if we buy... Wait, why do I have $4 instead of 100? Didn't I just do that? What happened? Hello? Oh, you know what? I bet there's a player in the level who has... No, it should be 110. Or are you being set to 5? You know, I decided I don't care. My new solution is I'm going to add a money world. I'm going to drop it in here. And I'm going to set this money to give you like a zillion. Can we not? Is that not a thing this can do? A 1,000. What? Why do you not work like I wanted you to? Oh, this is damage self. Oh, increase this is the one we want. 1,000 here. There we go. Now we have all the money we need to do our shop tests. And it also instantly puts us into combo because we earn so much money, which is nice. We'll get up to the shop quicker. Okay, so yeah, we got like 80% or like 85 or something. And I bet if we buy, we buy this, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. Yeah. So it resets the cooldown and it also undoes the shop freezing of the cooldown. We don't want either of those things. And if we leave and re-enter, we can do the other test where, okay, we got like 99% there. What if we buy this radio thing? Same bug, same bug. Okay, so
I guess should it always just reset to 0 if you buy a new item? I guess that seems right, but it shouldn't unpause is the big thing. So we'll go to the shop. Somewhere in here should be active item. Spawn shop items, blah, 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 blah. Wow, this shop, I forgot how much went into this shop. 500 lines? That seems excessive. So where is like buy item? I guess grant item. Let me check if it's active. And then set current item index here. Why is this unpausing is the only thing. Okay. Why? Stop debugging. Okay, so we see where the item changes. It's right here. But the next question is, where does the cooldown timer pause? So like enter shop. Yeah, okay, enter shop. Enable player control, false. Set use allowed, false. Does this also freeze the timer? No. So where is that pause coming from? Let's go to the item class. Okay, cooldown pause. Where is this coming from? On world pause. Okay. So it's just listening to like the bubble sends out a world pause, and on the case of a world pause, you just pause your stuff. I think we just had a getter here. Cooldown paused. And then go back to the active item manager, and where we set it here. Bool b was paused is equal to this paused. And then after we enable this, we oh, I guess we need the ability to set it. And let's add a note used by shop to swap in a new item. If item is active, it will just listen to the default world pause. That gets sent when you enter bubble. Okay, and then we head back to not the shop, but the active item manager. Pause, cooldown, was paused. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. Oh, we gotta remember to delete that infinite money thing.
Oh my god, the grounded bug is killing me. That's what I promise the internet that's getting fixed this week. Alright, so we buy this. It should set us back to 0, but it does not unpause the cooldown pause that's associated with the shop. So all we have to do now is check if that unpauses when we leave, which it is, and we can just be double extra sure when we use it again. And that looks good to me. Alright, we did it. Active items, bugs, fixed. Alright, and yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for me today. I know it's a short stream this week, but I am caught up in the excitement of the WoW expansion, and I'm not a perfect game development robot. I mean, obviously, as you can tell by my progress thus far. But yeah, I'll be back to doing full like the full time next week, once the hype of the launch dies down and all that. And yeah, I will maybe do that item feedback stuff next week. That seems like a good stream topic, or we can just basically set up the callback so that when an item you got like actually did something, it plays a sound, it spawns an effect, something like that. Because I feel like, you know, some of the items are fairly powerful, but they don't feel that way because they're just doing what they do in the background, and it's not like reminding you like, hey, this item helped you here. And also having that tech in place will it'll be nice to have that in place before we go through and overhaul all the items, because then just as a part of that overhaul, we can add feedback for everything if we already have a nice framework set up to invoke that feedback through like the base classes and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Offline, I'm going to work on that angled platform grounded bug primarily, but also the other bugs we still have in our to-do. Oh yeah, and we can cross these off. That's kind of nice. You know, and we'll see how much the planned topics like that item feedback stuff takes up next week's stream time. If it's not, we might make a habit of just like, you know, taking like 2 or 3 bugs off this list every stream and taking them out. And just like as an overview look, what we're hoping for the next version is items, making items more interesting and better, like feedback-wise, improving the visual feedback as a whole. That means, you know, the stuff like the enemy death animations was a part of that. Improving the screen shake will be a part of that. And UI polish and boss intros. Audio, music loading is a big problem, and like we have very few feedback sounds. And then just sort of like this miscellaneous automated testing bug stuff. So, you know, this next version isn't as far out as isn't too bad. We have a lot of progress on feedback. And I don't think the audio is going to be that hard of a bucket. It's just a lot of me like going through my audio library and looking for sounds I like. So yeah, we are marching forward towards our 0.3 version. It won't be all that far out. And I will be back again next Tuesday to keep making progress. So thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.